story so far, with a debt owed to the Yakuza to be paid with completion of the failed kidnapping job given to Connor. Lofweir the Dragon, in command of the once fake, now very real, anarchist group We Are We, and with Lofweir, Ghostwalker, and Aztechnology, all on the hunt for the pre-Crash 2.0 AI, Digiwalt. Our Shadowrunners' lives have become, to put it mildly, fucked. With Digiwalt in the wind, our Shadowrunners, with the assistance of Gundal and Connor, pulled off the Daylight kidnapping with relative ease, and only minor burns sustained. One complication being dealt with. Our Shadowrunners now turn their attention to any remaining leads they have to track down the rogue AI and bring an end to the chaos.
So what leads do we have?
Okay, right now I think the only thread that we're working on is that we know that Digiwalt is in, we have some leads that it is in the prison that's nearby. Meanwhile, we know that some of the prisoners that were held there are smart scientist-y types that
Yes.
I think we kind of figured were brought there under guise of whatever petty crime, whatever, so that they could actually like work with Digiwalt, or like he got them transferred there to work for him or something. Basically, they're connected, and there's like one wing that's like, oh look, here's the brainy guys. We also no, Cortana, I'm not trying to tell you to do something. Stop writing a novel. And then, although it would have been interesting to see what she tried to do with it. And then we were also told that there were some convicts that escaped, or some people had escaped from the prison. I had assumed that it might have been people who were directly involved with Digiwalt, but others seem to think that that may not be the case, but they may be able to know a way for us to get in.
Okay, I'd forgotten about the escape thing. Okay.
And I think that brings us up to speed on our leads for that.
Mm-hmm. And there are some connections you can trace regarding like Ghostwalker.
Right.
And Aztechnology, I think.
Yeah, there's just knowing the whole situation.
Though, damn if I can remember what they are anymore.
Did we ever get a hold of Nightshade?
Fuck.
You haven't tried yet, I don't think. Or did you? Did you send her like an email?
I don't think we did.
I think I had sent something out to her. We determined that Michael had, Sketch McDumpfuck, had been working with Ghostwalker.
Yes.
Just trying to trace back all the notes that I've got all over.
Yeah, because he was working with Ghostwalker, she was working with Michael.
Yeah. So yeah, I guess that's just, you know, also wanted to see what
I can't hear the thing you just said.
Yeah, no. Eric was
Sorry.
being noisy.
Sorry. We also need to find out what Ghostwalker wants with the AI.
Right.
So, as I can tell, we've got two options. There's trying to get into the prison and confronting the AI, or there's talking to Ghostwalker first.
Yeah.
I would know exactly how to go about that. Number one, how to contact him. And number two, how to be like, hey, so there's a thing. We're just wondering what your intentions are.
You could also go talk to the Lofweir if you wanted to.
Oh yeah, go talk to your buddy over there.
Oh, yeah.
Actually, we should probably check in on We Are We. And what they're all up to. More specifically, what he's up to.
Aha. Okay.
Alright, I was thinking of writing up something about about it being a decentralized phenomenon.
With hints of
So-
anti-dragonism.
Anti-dragonism.
Yeah. But, you know, instead of writing up a manifesto through the group, just posting one the same way that I posted previous ones.
Which is burning down a building and then...
Well, no, I meant just onlineness itself.
And there were a bunch of explosions just recently.
There was kind of an open firefight in the road.
Yeah.
But to be fair, that's not really We Are We's style.
No, it's not.
But I mean, I'm sure that people have been doing shit since this whole thing took off. Like,
Yeah, anything big happening in the name of we?
They've been a little quiet lately.
That's disconcerting.
like I said, we should probably see what he's up to.
It's quiet. Too quiet.
That makes sense.
Yeah, so you got all those things you can do. So
So do people want to... We'll check in on Loftweir first? Just basically I'd check and see if there's another meeting coming up for me to attend.
Yeah, that sounds like a good idea. So, yeah, well, why don't you do that, and I'll be apartment hunting.
Okay. What the hell was her name? Ex-druggie.
Sophie?
Sophie, yeah. Yeah, I give her a call and, you know, what's new, anything interesting going on, kind of thing.
She's like, it's like, oh, excellent timing. Can we meet and talk? I only
Yeah,
want to
sure.
do this over a public line.
Yeah, sure.
Probably arranges what's effectively a coffee date.
Yeah, essentially. So we meet at such and such cafe that happens to overlook a park with a police building, and
Yeah. Yeah, so you get your drinks, sit down, she leaves in conspiratorially. So we're planning something really big. We need your help.
That doesn't sound ominous at all.
you know, so I'm not all like conspicuous leaning in and whatever. I just, you know, speak in a low voice, but not like, you know, leaning in. You know, go on and try not to be as obvious.
Alright, so we've been planting people for the last couple weeks. We're setting up to okay, so the city council's meeting to go over some stuff lately that we kind of object to. So we're gonna blow up the Capitol building while they're in session.
While they're in session.
Good call. That's how you do it.
Ask what the city council's doing that's so bothersome to them.
Yeah, it's that will good idea. That will be on the docket of things to ask. Why while they're in session instead of immediately before or after?
Send a message.
The message you send if you kill all of them is that they're going to go to war against you. I mean, if you blow up the building when nobody's in it, it sends a message. But if you blow it up while people are in it, then immediately they're going to appoint people to the council to replace them, and their first priority is going to be hunting you guys down.
They went to war first.
Then what are they talking about in the session?
She like digs through her purse and like pulls out some documents and like passes them over to you. Like, so, yeah, somebody got some hands on like the council's plan, like with the stuff they're going over it. And it looks like they're planning to set up security checkpoints all over the city to try to curb this terrorism. And they're raising taxes to fund it. Along with other stuff, like Patriot Acty stuff, like being able to tap lines. And
First off, let's be honest, they're probably tapping lines already.
probably making it legal.
I don't think this is the way to go about it. You're going to get yourself killed. If you do it while they're in session, you could, you know, blow up the building before they go in there, so they're, you know, they're less likely to talk about it. You can blow up the security checkpoints once they go up. They put one up, you take it down. They put another up, you take it down. I still don't think killing the whole council and everyone that's attached to them while they're in the building is the wisest way to go. I keep looking through the papers. Is there anything else that they plan on talking about? Is it just like counterterrorism type stuff, or is there anything that would be on Loftweir's agenda and not particularly on his fake We Are We's agenda?
There's a budget thing about like a massive increase of budget for that prison.
Haha.
And she's like, I kind of agreed with you. I argued sort of this point at first, but
as well.
yes, what her guess is like she sort of agreed with you at first, but Loftweir talked anyway.
Sometimes I worry about some of the things that he brings up. His heart is in the right spot. He wants the right things. Bullshit. But I'm sometimes concerned about the destructive way that he goes about them. Now, don't get me wrong. Sometimes destruction is needed, but you do it too much, and all of a sudden you're not a movement looking for justice. You are an anarchist looking to burn down the world. It's a hard line to walk, and I worry that he's a little too far on the other side of that line.
Well, if you didn't want him in charge, maybe you should have stepped forward earlier.
Well, she's getting confrontational now. I only went to the one meeting. He already, seemed to have...
We were falling apart before him. He's the one holding the whole organization together. We were splintering. Someone needs to hold it together. And if it wasn't, it's apparently not you. So I guess it's him, which means we follow him.
Oh, we lost her. All right, well, he tries to reconnect. I'm not happy in thinking about it, but in the meantime, I ask, what would you need me to do?
They need somebody to steal a shipment of explosives. They have some, but they don't have enough. And there's a shipment going somewhere that they want to hijack. And Sophie, knowing you were a Shadowrunner, figures you'd be better. You'd be able to get it done.
Let's see. And to myself, I'm like, well, shit, this job won't pay. No, you'll get great exposure. That's the opposite of what I want.
I'll be a good reference for you.
Okay, so yeah, give me the info you have on this shipment. Is it like it's not tonight, is it? It's still got a couple days?
Yeah, about a week.
Okay.
She hands you a file.
So I'll look at this and I'll do a little bit of the research on my end and tell you if this is something that I can do. If not, then I can probably tell you who can. And get that set up for you. But it's going to take me a couple days to look it over and figure it out.
Alright. Thanks. I'm counting on you. I gotta run, so,
Alright. Stay safe. Don't do anything stupid.
She, takes off.
Okay. So, my thoughts are, we pretend to go through with this, but basically have it so that this mission more or less implodes on Loftweir. I want it to go wrong for him.
I should refrain then, because you guys are better at having missions go wrong when I'm not there.
I want to disagree, but he has a point.
Go wrong, so I should go.
Yeah, no, you would need to go with us, because...
the way you want. Otherwise it will fail and be a complete success.
Basically, if we want it to go wrong, we should just do
the mission.
we usually do.
We're in
Yep,
full
I
support
think
of you.
So that went well.
Okay, yep, so that's our Loftware lead. Someone write that down, that some stuff, some explosives to steal for Loftware are we.
We are Loftware.
Yeah,
I like off we are we.
Yeah.
It's... I don't mind the city as it is. So a big dragon-led thing to try to destabilize it like that is a bad thing. But at the most basic idea of where are we, I'm okay with it existing as a grassroots people do things, decentralized. We were falling apart. Then you should have done something on your own. You don't need someone to tell you.
They need a leader.
Congratulations, you're following a new establishment. Good fucking job.
That's what charisma gets you.
Oh, duly noted.
So it was, what was it, the Senate House?
The council.
City Council.
City Council building.
He hasn't gone
City
to the federal
Capitol.
level yet, thank God.
No.
Yeah, this is just regional terrorism.
Okay, that's one dragon down.
You want to give Nightshade a call and see if we can talk to the other dragon?
Yeah, I guess we'll try this out. So do we still have like a frequency for her? We still got a number to call?
Yeah, she'll give you like an emergency contact number.
Okay. I guess I call her up then.
It rings for a bit, like long enough that you're like thinking she's not going to pick up, then it picks
Yeah.
up.
Okay, it was also like, I have no problem leaving like a cryptic message and letting her get back, but okay, cool, she picked up.
Like you suddenly formulate like the message you're going to leave, and then suddenly it picks up. She's like, "Yeah."
I'm like, oh, shit, hold on, I was going to say something. I just wanted to say, oh wait, no, this isn't a message. Are you in town? I wanted to talk about your boss. Or your boss's boss.
Oh, that boss.
That boss.
Right. I'm not in town, but I will be soon.
Okay. Let me know when you are. I'd love to... And I kind of like, I'm still like at the table. I'd love to meet up for some coffee.
That can be arranged. I'll find you.
Sounds good.
Like,
Well, that was productive. Coffee. Kitchen timer.
yeah.
Okay. So I bring the plans for this explosives hijacking more or less back to the group, whoever's there, so that we can look over it and see, okay, is this something that we can do? Because, number one, there's possibly explosives to hand over to Loftware are we. And there's possibly explosives that may come in handy for getting into the prison. So either way, getting the explosives won't be a bad thing.
Yeah.
I'm down with
Although
explosives.
If we want this to like deliberately backfire, then Loftware will know that we'll have done that on purpose, I'm sure. So are we prepared to like take on a dragon?
Aren't we kind of already?
Okay.
No. Nope, not prepared. I didn't sign up for this shit.
I mean, I'm down with it either way, so...
Right. That's the trick, of course, is making it look like an accident, whatever happens. If it blows up early and blows up the building before council's in session, whatever. If the plan goes through just fine, but somehow all the council members are late,
They all get kidnapped for some reason. And then let go again.
Mess with the traffic signals again and change all of their GPS to send them in a different direction.
Something like that.
I think
We're
they'll
left here.
know
That's
they're
different.
not
There
going.
isn't even a left. What?
But of course, not only for the council members, but for all the attendees as well.
I think
Do we
it's probably
really care
just.
about them?
I think it's probably just easier to blow it up like early.
Yeah, have it get blown up prematurely, or have the detonator fail to trigger. Like, period.
Well, I mean, if it blows up early, it still sends a message. It just doesn't kill.
Yes.
So
I mean, I'm fine with it killing politicians as well, because you know.
No, you could.
Yes, but the more that the politicians are on the lookout for domestic terrorism, the harder our jobs become.
Yeah, but if it blows up with or without them, they're going to be on the lookout for domestic terrorism either way.
Yeah.
If they're in it, that at least slows the reaction down a little bit.
Or we totally let it go through and plant evidence that it was Lawfare.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Has
also
anyone
put
ever-
up a we plan talk about decentralizing because he just blew up the central hub of government.
While dropping the word dragons in there. These dragons cannot control us. These
Yeah.
guardians of the high volcanic tower kind of thing. Oh my god, yes. They can put
So
up whatever fucking manifesto they want. I am making this one.
So, would it be...
does Lafreniere know that you guys are we?
No.
No. So I'm
Okay.
wondering, what if we
Yes, as
start
far as
putting
you
out
know.
I
there...
think he recognizes me. He knows that I have had dealings with Digiwalt. As far as like he knows, I don't know if there was security footage or whatever. He recognized me. But I imagine it's from all the AI stuff, not from We Are We.
I'm wondering if we can set up a fake splinter group from We Are We that is like, fuck those dragons.
You probably set up a real one.
I love that you invented a fake group, We Are We, and now you are looking to create a fake splinter group because We Are We became a real group and you need to fuck with it.
Hey, with our track record, the splinter group will become a real thing, and then they'll just go to war against each other. This is the best case scenario right now.
And it's just like west side, east side.
Yeah, I think the best way to go about this is to let it happen, and then post a manifesto that is, number one, directly addresses that as far as decentralizing, but uses dragon imagery for those in charge, so that it not only... Thanks, Spyro. I don't know who else caught that.
I caught the tail end of it. I missed whatever it was.
I missed it.
Are we?
Oh, wow.
That'll be the handshake of the splinter group.
Now see,
But it's like,
there's
but on
two different
every
groups.
letter
one
they
that
like...
uses the W with the full hands, and one that does it with just the finger. There's the full hand, we are we, and the we are we. And then there's we are farmers.
Totally gonna lead to a gang war. It'd be hilarious.
Okay, so yes. Anti-dragon decentralization imagery once this goes through without a hitch, if it goes through without a hitch. Otherwise, we don't worry about it. So, so then on our priorities, about a week to do this explosives shipment. In the meantime, and we're waiting on Nightshade to come in to talk about Ghostwalker. So let's look at the prison.
Right?
Okay, the inmates that escaped. What information can we find on them?
Well, there's the public bulletin. Look for these guys, so you know what they look like, and then names.
What were their crimes? Were they like white collar cyber crimes, or were they?
Like,
Are they some of these scientisty types?
no, the more like gang associated.
Okay.
Huh.
But like BTL chip gang associated.
Okay.
Like possession of hot chips and
Got it.
trading and you know other associated crimes and whatever else they can pin on them.
Whatever will stick.
Yep.
I don't know. Ideas, guys?
Well,
Done a lot of talking.
I have a contact who is a local gang leader. He's the reason that where I live is protected. He might be able to find other gang people.
Cool. You do that.
Yay, Caldrix.
God damn it. Is that the fucking guy's name?
Yes. I recall bringing this up probably when I first started, and you had the same reaction.
Yes, it was like half a year ago.
It was a long time ago.
So, from the sounds of it, we're tapped into the streets. We contact these guys, ask them what's actually happening inside the prison, and then presumably we'll have explosives by then, which may or may not help us get in.
Yeah, that seems like a good idea. Talk to the guys who are in there, see if they noticed anything weird
'Cause-
that may lead us to Digitwalt.
Yeah, ultimately we want to meet with Digital, right?
Did we ever find out what Digitwalt calls itself? Or are we just still calling it that?
Still
I don't
digital.
think
Huh.
you can
Okay.
a word yet.
Okay.
So how would we describe, like, seen any weird cyberheads while you were in there?
Basically, it's like, hey, seen any weird computery stuff? / people working on weird computery stuff.
Yeah,
Whatever
that'll
you
work.
want to use. Weird computery stuff, cyberhead, 1984 looking motherfuckers.
So you go talking to your crime boss, lord guy.
/ landlord.
Yeah. / landlord.
What kind of terms are you on with this guy?
Okay, what's your
it's like loyalty with 4 connection.
3 loyalty?
Yeah.
Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Right, so you're kind of buds.
Basically, my backstory to associate with that was that I was actually part of the gang originally, and then I sort of left, but stuck around, kind of thing, and that's why I live in his territory.
Alright. So he goes like, you stroll up. He's like, hey, Shadowhawk, what can I do for you?
So I'm looking for some guys. They're not part of your gang, but I figure you might. I know you're well acquainted with what's going on around here. You might be aware of them. I know you've heard of them. The guys that broke out of prison just recently.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm with a group now, and we have reasons to, get involved with the prison, so we want to talk to them to find out if they know what all might be going down there, and possibly if they can tell us how they got out. So I'm just wondering if you would know where we could get in touch with them, or if you could get us in touch with them.
So the gang they were part of when they went in, doesn't exist anymore. Last I heard, the holdup with the Blue Bloods over on 72nd Street. You know them, Johnny.
Sure.
So
I probably actually do. I have knowledge. Gangs.
yeah. So I go talk to them, see if he knows where they're squatting.
Great. So, how's things with you? What's going on?
Well, the city's really cracking down lately. Some terrorists keep blowing up buildings. And
Yeah, I heard about that. I mean, obviously, I really get out of my apartment often. Not my thing. Whatevs.
So, and what rumor is there's going to be some security checkpoints coming out in the next city council meeting. So we're prepping up to lock down our territory and keep the police out.
Yeah,
So we can
I'm
keep operating.
definitely in favor of that. I don't need anybody knocking on my door.
Yeah, right. So if someone could stop poking people, that'd be nice. But I guess we'll deal with what comes down.
All right, thanks.
Yep.
So I guess I'm going to 7th Street with Burnout, the voice.
77th
Base.
Street, I believe is it.
Sure.
I don't want to talk to these guys. I'll talk to my friend. I don't want to talk to some other guys.
Oh, dang, and here I was hoping talking to your contact would get us a side quest.
Well,
I think the side quest is just pay your rent, right?
my rent is paid in full, and my upgrades are also paid in full now. I'm very good at paying my rent because I don't like people snooping.
We're very proud of you.
So, incidentally, because I'll admit I wasn't really paying a lot of attention to Boater's interaction with the We Are We people. Did we learn something useful about what they're actually cracking down on, or is that just more of the same?
Well,
It's
there's the security
generally-
checkpoints, but then there's also... Oh, shit, what was the other one that was in the meeting notes? That was of interest?
It's kind of like Patriot Act stuff, like wiretapping and...
Right, there was
That's
something
new?
that would have been interesting to Loftweir as far as... Like, that was unrelated, that they would have also talked
yeah.
about at the meeting.
Increased funding to the prison.
Ah,
Oh, right.
There
okay.
was like a significant bump. It's kind of out of nowhere.
Okay. Something he doesn't want going through.
Okay, so Loftweir wants Digiwall, but he doesn't want the prison to get increased funding, which means if the prison gets increased funding, then it harms Loftweir's ability to get Digiwall, so obviously the prison's just getting it for themselves, or being routed through there, right?
I would say, under the circumstances, that the prison getting more funding is, in fact, Digiwalt getting more funding. And therefore, Loftweir's, who wants Digiwalt, wants to keep Digiwalt from being able to better itself.
Yeah, that's
and
what I would
increase
say.
its own security and everything like that.
Yeah.
Which also goes in line with your guys' attempt at attacking the prison in the first place.
Yes, though increased funding doesn't go through immediately. If we were planning on attacking in 3 months, then sure,
Well-
that could have an impact. But yeah.
Same with the increased security checkpoints and whatnot would interfere with our ability to function.
Yeah. Okay.
It make it so much harder to be abducting these people every so often.
Yeah, right?
God.
Chunk! Oh!
But if it was
What was
easier,
that?
we'd be getting paid less, right?
Is there someone in the trunk? No.
I don't have a trunk. What trunk? Never even heard of such a thing. Do you mean
Okay, so we're heading down to 77th?
72nd.
Oh, whatever.
Yes.
so?
Go into that fucking
On
road!
our third stop. First we went to 7th, then we went to 77th, then we went, wait. No, 72nd.
Sure. Sounded like you
Like-
just said second.
But it's like your listening skills suck.
Was it street or avenue? God
Perception
damn.
is good, and and I have a
Well-
photographic memory, so of course I knew exactly where we were going.
I didn't trust it.
That's fine. I will admit that my social skills are severely lacking.
You couldn't convince me.
Although my new duds do make it easier to do social checks.
There you go. Fist
There
bump
you
for
go.
social check duds.
Yeah. So you roll up.
Yeah.
Mr. Spyro over here kind of knows the gang in the area and knows where to go if you need to talk to him.
All right, so
You lead the way. When I need to poke in and talk, then I will.
clearly it's some sort of bar, because it's always some sort of bar.
Probably some sort of bar. Either that or abandoned parking garage. You know how it goes.
I would like not to do this sort of business in abandoned parking garages. That's just creepy in general.
Well, it depends. Are we
Barwoods.
talking the office or the work site? The office is the bar. The work site is the parking garage to drop people off of if they don't agree with you.
Exactly. I'd rather go to the office.
I'm sorry, you said what?
So I can clearly identify the guys if they're. Wait, am I looking for the guys or am I looking for a guy that they would be going to? Who am I even going for now?
You're going to go talk to the gang leader in this area who they
Okay.
are staying with, and you try to convince him to tell you where they
Okay.
are. Let you talk to him.
So either I'm looking for him or I know what he looks like.
I believe you've met him before back in the gang days.
Cool. So I go up all easy like I'm obviously supposed to be there, because that's how you deal with these sorts of people. What was his name?
Johnny.
Hey, Johnny. Been a long time. How you doing?
Shadowhawk, sit down, sit down.
Don't
Someone
mind
get
if I-
this man a drink.
Something flowery. So were they his people? Because he said that the gang died.
I think that they're right now kind of holding up with him for now.
Okay.
While they figure out what the hell they're doing, if they're gonna take
So-
him with this gang or whatever.
I hear you're offering your assistance, as of course you would, because you're a nice guy, to a few people who spent a little too much time in cramped conditions, if you know what I mean.
I might know what you mean.
So I'm working with a couple guys on some stuff, and we have reason to talk to them. Nothing bad. I don't want to hurt them. We just want information that they may or may not have, and would probably be in a good position to give us.
Well, information's not free, mate.
What a time to realize my dice are upstairs. Let's see if I need them.
Yeah, good call. Way to go.
Actually, I'm gonna need them. Be right back.
All right, so yeah, I know it's expensive, or might be. I figure I should probably bring in my dude, let him discuss price with you. It's not my business. You know me. I'm just the numbers.
Yeah, somehow you're really bad with numbers when the money symbol's in front.
Okay, what did we? I was still reading the thing on fake sins. What's going on?
He just had you sit down to talk to him to talk about how much this information is going to cost.
All right.
The information to find the guys who might have the information.
Yeah. I mean,
You
I
have
imagine that
time
I've
for
kind of
the-
been like, you know, sitting next to you more or less the whole time. I imagine that I came in with you, unless you wanted me to wait outside.
I don't know. It sounded to me like you were waiting to be needed.
No, I was figuring.
Whatevs.
I was figuring like I'd whatever. I thought I'd like follow and then.
The instance where you came in with me and sat down with me, and then I was just like, "This is my guy."
Yeah. And it's like, hey, I brought this guy. It's and I'd kind of. So.
Let's take a second. Burnout.
So funny.
Yeah.
I thought so.
And
You've got a bit of a reputation.
He does, doesn't he?
yeah, it's great. This one's trying to help me with that.
He knows how to stay hid, that's for sure.
Yeah.
I thought you were dead. Not gonna lie.
Me?
Yeah, you just disappeared. I figured you died.
Cool. Right.
You left what's-his-face's gang, and then I just figured you died in something. And he walk in here, I'm like, holy shit.
Good to know. I'll keep that in mind for later reunions.
Yeah, it's fun to go up to someone when they think you're dead.
I mean, I just assumed. I mean, it was not like I was caught off guard.
Oh, I wasn't caught off guard, guys. I don't know. But yeah, trying to keep that low profile. This one's helping out, so I do appreciate it. So information, how to get to these guys, just to ask them a few questions about their previous cramped conditions. So what is the price on that? What are you looking for?
500.
And internally I'm like, really? Fuck it, it's yours.
Yeah.
It's like, well, I'm obligated to haggle, but
Yeah, right? I mean,
500's fine. It's not. worth
yeah.
haggling.
No, it's like
500.
I make a show. I make a show of like 500's fair.
oh, fuck, I'd have paid that too. 500.
Yeah, I make a show of like, I don't know. Yeah, okay.
Well, I guess it's important.
Yeah, and I, whether it's, but
It's about what that information is worth, though, to a normal person.
Yeah, that's true, because he knows we're not paying for the information. We're paying on how to get information that hopefully will be helpful, and not for that information itself. So yeah, here's your 500 finder's fee.
Yeah. Thanks, Italy.
Yeah.
And
So much for needed dice.
Right?
he like needed directions in an apartment building or somewhere in such and such building, such an apartment.
Yeah. Was
All
that
right,
on second or seventh?
72nd.
Oh, just down the road. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, I thank him for the info, and if Spyro's gonna stick around and catch up, then I'll, hang around.
Hang around awkwardly.
Yeah, right. Pitch in if I'm able to on the conversation. Otherwise,
I feel actually the most cinematically appropriate thing is to leave just before my drink arrives.
He just takes it, starts drinking your drink.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
The next shot opens with someone breaking in a game of pool.
yeah, sure. Let's go with that cinematic thing. We thank him and get going, and then our drinks arrive. And by that we mean his second and third drinks, or sixth and seventh, or whatever he's on.
Well, most importantly, being that mine is a girly drink. That is.
Yeah,
I'm
that is
pretty sure
like-
it's
Takes a slug, looks at it funny.
Okay, so we've got directions to this apartment building,
Yep.
which we head over and go to.
All right. Guns blazing.
No.
Break down the door. We're looking for information.
Yeah, kick down the door wearing a Richard Nixon mask.
We're friends looking for information. Don't shoot. What the fuck?
So you arrive without incident at this apartment building.
Yay! Entirely without incident.
Yay! Unless you make an incident. I mean, you're free to if you like.
Stop it, Christian Bale. Without incident.
You're standing in a hallway.
Wait,
Alright.
what?
Well, we go to the apartment door that has been labeled.
Alright?
Indicated?
Yes, that has been indicated.
Knock,
to us.
knock, 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 knock.
Yeah.
Classic.
It like opens, but it's got the chain attached, so it can't be forced farther open. It's like, who's there?
We know their names, right? Because that was on the news.
Yeah.
Probably starting with friends of whoever the hell we just talked to. When he says who's there.
Clearly, I'm just going to say his name. Because that's how I roll. It's like, what?
Are you going to claim to be Johnny? Or are you going to say the name of the guy you're talking to?
No. The name of the guy that I'm talking to, not John. Yeah, no.
Wait,
As in with a question mark after it.
right, that makes more sense for just turning up and claiming that you're the guy that you're talking to.
Who's there, Bob? You don't seem so sure.
Like,
I'm here with movie star Burnout.
I really thought you were going to say movie star Burt Reynolds, and I got a little bit excited.
so this guy's like, yeah, who's there?
Friends of Johnny's.
Friends.
Well,
You're not cops, are you? You gotta tell me if you're cops.
Not
that's
cops.
not true. That's not bullshit. You're a fucking liar.
Don't tell him that.
No, I'm totally. That is not true. You're a fucking liar, and you should know better.
Oh, okay, yeah, that worked. No wonder you got arrested.
That is a load of bullshit. But no.
You hear like shouting in the apartment, hey, they say they're not cops. You know that doesn't work. I know who they really are. This would be a good time to roll a diplomacy check.
That doesn't make sense. We're legitimately the opposite of what you're asking if we are.
Let's see here. What is this? Diplomacy 12 plus 2 from the jacket 14.
Diplomacy? The fuck is diplomacy?
Wait, no, is it plus 2 from the jacket? Plus 1?
It should be +1.
All right, it's plus
Two-
1, and then it's plus 2 for first impression. 14, 15, 17.
Well, nice.
7, 10, 13,
So
16.
does his diplomacy work, considering I seem to be the one that's talking?
Well, if he tries diplomacy way through the door, what's the active verb of diplomacy?
Diplomatize?
Diplomatize.
To diplomat.
I mean, what would that be? My charisma -1 +1? Because it's a social skill.
Wow. Meanwhile, I've got 6 points in negotiation with a specialization in diplomacy plus 2.
I don't. Oh, it's 3.
Okay. And
I rolled all 5s.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Social limits in there somewhere. Okay, so my social limit's 6.
Alright.
So yeah,
What's-
just basically.
+1? Does that include the +1 for your coat?
Yes, it does.
Okay.
My social limit is 5, and then +1 from the coat.
Ah.
So yeah, basically just we were talking to Johnny. He vetted us. He said we're okay, and we just had a couple questions for you. Just want to ask you.
I'm going to throw in my old gang because they probably would have known about that, even though their gang is defunct.
Yeah.
Nate, they sound trustworthy. I'm gonna let them in. Why are you letting them in? As he like unlocks the door.
I like Nate.
Why didn't you even answer the door? Was you just pretending there's nobody? Hello. He's like walking in.
Hi, I'm movie star Burnham.
It's like glaring daggers at the other guy.
Listen, we're not here to cause trouble. We're looking for the information that you just invented by breaking out.
What? He's looking at you very confused.
Yeah. And I more or less spell it out. You got out. We're wondering what's going on inside. You were just inside, so you could tell us. And you could also tell us how you got out. So we could...
Get in.
Yeah, get in.
You know, an unconventional way. Get in an unconventional way. Because we're not keen on getting in the way you guys got in.
Why should I tell you anything?
Well...
It's like the other guy. Starts like launching into an exclamation, and they just cuts him off with, "Why should I tell you anything?"
Well, I mean, it's also possible that your situation's not ideal. Clearly, I mean, you got out, your gang is gone, so it's possible, and now you're living basically on Johnny's good faith. Johnny's a great guy. Don't get me wrong, but he's Johnny.
Yeah.
So it's possible that we might be able to give you a better situation if you can help.
So what's on the table?
A bowl of fruit. Well, first off, I imagine you'd, be able to put in a good word with what's-his-face. So you would probably start out with that. Then if they seem not as impressed, then we'll go up from there.
Which what's-his-face? Keldrix?
Yes, that's his face.
Because that's a face you should be able to remember very quickly.
I'm trying to block it. But yeah, probably starting out with that.
Well, I guess I could, since I never actually wrote down the details on that. Since his gang is supposed to be more of an orphans gang.
Oh, okay.
Which is part of the reason I left. I outgrew it, literally.
Got it. Okay, cool. So,
but wouldn't the other orphans have grown up with it, so you all would have been the same age anyway? Wait, what? What?
Well, no, because there's always more orphans.
She's just
Think
like,
of it-
it's like the
Think
Lost
of it
Children.
like Oliver Twist.
Okay.
Okay, so, what would be reasonable? Just straight up cash? Yeah, well, I guess just starting with, you have information, how much do you think it's worth?
What's it worth to you? You're the one here asking for it.
Who's this guy? Because I feel like Nate would be the better person to talk to at this point.
Yeah, I imagine Nate's the one trying to...
Nate's just like bursting, ready to just like spill everything, and Aaron's just like, shut up.
Wait, okay. No, Nate was... Nate, they said whatever.
Yeah, no, you're talking to Nate. Aaron's the one who's willing to tell you anything.
Oh.
Aaron's the one who answers the door. I got it backwards slightly.
So
So
is it
obviously
just
what
two
we
of them?
should
There's nobody
do
else?
is just stake out the place and talk to Aaron on his own.
Or just turn it down and ask Aaron and offer him less money, but he'll, yeah.
Like, Aaron's gonna... Not with Nate standing right there, probably not.
Yeah.
I suppose Johnny might not appreciate it if I shot Nate in the face.
Probably not.
Depends.
Hold on. Can I do some sort of roll to be like, just to give me a ballpark of what would even be reasonable to start?
Probably. There's always some like
etiquette
social-
roll?
Yeah. Or is there a more appropriate one to like kind of read what he would take?
Um,
Oh, judge intention, that kind of thing, right? Because then you'd get a sense of how desperate he is to get money or how willing he is to part with this information, right?
yeah, something like that. What would that be considered?
Or negotiation probably makes sense here. Like,
Okay.
what he's willing to pay, willing to take for this deal.
Okay, cool. So negotiation starting with a 10. Is it... Would I get the bonus from my first impression on this one?
Well, probably still at this point, yeah.
Yeah, and...
Well, we could start by helping you with your broken leg. What broken leg?
That would be intimidation.
Not if I shot him in the leg.
One. So many
One dice.
fours.
One dice.
One hit.
It's not ideal.
No, it's not. Did I roll enough? Yeah, because that's +2/+1. Okay.
I don't have any skills relevant to this at all.
So you got one dice off like 15?
I rolled 13.
Wow.
So yes,
Because
that is-
unless
Terrible odds.
this is also a diplomacy.
It's not diplomacy.
Yeah, no.
You think he probably caved for like 2,000?
2,000. All right, then I'll start with 1,500.
He reacts a little bit to that number, like, holy shit, 1,500. Just a little bit. It was like 2,000.
17. And I kind of look at him like, really?
17 deal.
Okay. Write that down first, okay? And I, make a show of however the hell cash is dealt with, putting 17 on a chip or something like that and holding it up.
Something like that.
And if he starts to reach for it, I'm like, info? What do you got? Of it? Jump for it, little man. Face against the forehead. Nuh-uh.
He gets you thought, really? That's how we're going to do this? Look.
Okay, yeah, I give it to him. And if he ticks me over, we just shoot him. Oh yeah, right. How do I do that in Deus Ex? This guy tries to bribe me to not tell the authorities about me because they're looking for me. Sure, here's $1,000. Punch! Loot. Continue
great.
on my way.
Alright, so he takes some money. He's like, okay. So we broke out because people were disappearing inside the prison. Other members of our gang, other chip heads, they'd be there one day, gone the next, and never come back. And we were like, fuck that. We need to get out. So we faked a medical emergency, and after that we mostly got lucky. It was kind of a weird power outage while we were on our way to the clinic. We got away from the guards through a door that should have been locked, and just managed to sneak off out of the prison.
So the actual how of your escape was serendipity and being able to take advantage of that?
Mostly, yeah.
Yeah. Unfortunately, that part doesn't help us, but the other part, as far as Was there
kinda does.
anything that the people who disappeared that they shared in common? Any particular wetware that they had, that they all had?
Every single one of them had a SIM chip reader thing. Whatever those are called.
Got it.
Rigged for Hudson.
Oh, goody.
Goody. I think that's all we needed to know. Was there anything else that we were looking for, Spyro? As far as
I don't know. I was just here to get you to them.
yeah, okay.
Okay. Being good Shadowrun is you probably want to get him to like draw you a map of the inside of the prison.
Yeah, let's do that. Give us a.
No. Let it be a surprise.
No, give us a good lay of the land. What's it look like in there? Shit that wouldn't be on the visitor's website.
Or, the blueprints that we'll invariably steal. Or I may already have.
Look, I already drew it up once for Johnny, and let me just do. Whoop.
All right, thanks.
Why did Johnny want to know?
We'll go
Because
back
his
and
information
find
is
out.
worth something.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
And maybe he wants to get somebody out. I don't know. Ask Johnny.
And unless he has any more information as far as like shift changes or anything like that might be helpful with moving around in there, then we're probably all set.
The guard changes every 3 hours, but they don't. It's not like new guards coming from outside the facility. They just rotate positions.
Got it.
So, wait. Are they rotating positions from, like, these guys are wandering here, and then they move over to here? Or are these guys in some sort of barracks, and they come out and relieve?
It's like these guys move to here, and these guys move to here, and these guys in the barracks come here. And these guys have to go home.
I know I'm not here, but just pretend you're asking this anyway. What's the racial makeup of the guards? Are any of them trolls or?
Some trolls, mostly human, a couple of orcs.
Okay, cool.
That was a good
So
question.
you're looking for a possibly a new job? Because I recall bringing that up.
Yeah.
Well, I recall bringing that up, but I think you guys said that they would do stringent background checks, but
For a
I
federal
disagreed. I
I
disagree.
also disagree. I'm pretty sure we can get around your background check problems.
Okay, I think we're all set.
Aaron's like bounced up and down and he's like, tell him what I figured out. Tell him what I figured out.
Oh,
And
please, Aaron, please do tell us
they
what you
rolls his
figured.
eyes like, okay.
yeah, and I'm like, oh.
According to Aaron, the power outages aren't completely random. He's got this ridiculous chart.
Oh my god, I want the chart.
I would love that chart.
Aaron's drawing some ridiculous thing up that has to do with like Fibonacci numbers and like
Jesus Christ.
And you
like-
said no scientists got out.
weird cycles. It's looks like the workings of this mad conspiracy theorist. But look, and Nate's like, I don't know if it's how accurate it is, but it works. So
I like kind of like lean back like while Aaron's like drawing this out on like some sort of huge sheet across the floor or whatever. I like lean back against the wall next to Nate and I'm like, this was worth the price of admission.
I feel
I
like
don't-
I'm starting to take some of that and put it into something in my deck.
I don't know.
Wait.
Right? I don't know. It's bullshit. It seemed to work. It seemed to be accurate. It looks crazy. But we had nothing else to go on, so we ran with it.
Does all this end up coming up every couple days, every couple hours? According to Einstein over here?
The variance is between 3 days and 6 hours. But it's like these seemingly random power outages. And then one day, fucking Aaron's just like, I get it. And just started writing it up on the fucking... And I'm just like, what? It's like, we need to do a thing. And then we did it and it worked.
Just suddenly, wait a second. An outage.
Yeah, that's one of those where you wonder, aren't we about due for a power outage?
Yeah, so Aaron's gets out his mad genius calculations. And,
Aaron, you're a beautiful man. Never change.
anything else we can help you with? Is that everything?
I think we're good.
Aaron's my buddy for life now. I'm
Yep.
totally gonna contact him for random bizarre math bullshit.
Yeah.
So, can you tell us these power outages? Like, can you describe the pattern to them in some way, or is it just this thing that?
We got the description of the pattern. It's a chart that we will put up on the wall somewhere and frame.
Okay. So
I didn't come up with some crazy pattern.
yeah, I get it. I've seen Airplane too.
Is it something that I should be able to somehow put into my deck to get like an actual
Countdown.
It'll I could maybe turn into a program that will
Yeah,
actually.
good.
It runs
Yeah.
computations off of the Linux epoch, and then or Unix, whatever.
So even though it's not like it'll work somehow like the sliders thing. It's like, so how long before it charges? 2 days. Oh, how long before the next one charges? 6 minutes.
Yeah.
Sliders.
I think I watched like
There's some
50
crazy
seasons
deal
of
with
that
like
show.
Fibonacci numbers and primes and
Goddamn AIs and their numbers that mean things.
All right, so we got our crazy chart,
Awesome.
and
And we'll
We
then
head on
have
out.
a program that gives us an actual countdown to power outages.
ideally, if we could stage it
Which
for
Or a cement truck to crash into the side of the. Wait, I never told you guys that part of the plan, did I?
no, you see a ton of buses, and one of the buses has to be like durable
No.
enough to crash to the side of a bank without damaging itself.
and
No,
the rest of the
and
bus
kill a guy.
drivers completely oblivious enough to not notice it pulling out of the bank afterward.
I
That
just,
movie drives me
just want
nuts.
to crash into the side of the prison with something really big, okay? That's just what I want to do. I'm sure it's a good plan.
The big thing that I'd be looking for is, can we get a couple power outages right next to each other? One to get into the prison, and then one that goes off when we need to do some sort of crucial thing inside. Or at least one to get in and one to get out.
Well, he said that it was something between 3 days and
6 hours.
6 hours.
Yeah.
So I'm
Which is
going to go
longer
with
than-
no.
Yeah.
Unless we want to stick around for 6 hours.
Could be pretty. Of course, then it's like, okay, so now what do we want to do? Or we could calling it a little early.
Have you driven back to your house yet?
Oh
Or
yeah, I
you
mean, I
don't?
figured we'd head back there.
Does
When you get to
the
your house, there's a certain software sort of leaning against your door jam.
Mother fucker.
hello, you golden-eyed freak?
James, was it?
Yes, James.
What brings you?
I figured we should clear the air a little.
If this is, let me see. I assume then you talked to Sophie.
A little bit. I figure you know something about me, and I know something about you. So how about I tell you a couple more things, and you can make some more informed decisions.
Go ahead.
First, the city council is on S Technologies payroll. They're sold out.
Okay.
And the AI belongs to me, and I will have it. Fighting me on this is not wise.
Anything else?
I know who started VOE. And that could lead some undesired attention to your doorstep if it got out.
Oh, Herc, you're just in time. I'm being blackmailed by a dragon.
Oh, did Loftweir work out what we were planning already before we did?
The exact words spoken just before you came in were, "I know who started We Are We, and it could cause problems for you if that got out."
Okay, yeah, well, he's right.
Is it worth trying to argue and misdirect on that point? I'll just give a non-committal. I don't see what that has to do with me.
Of course not. Of course not. And he just like he hands you a thing. It's like pats you on the back. It's like just try to make the smart decision here, and walks off down the road.
I speed dial a 2 on my phone, and BDA gets a text saying, "Fucking dragons, man." I head it inside and then take a look at what was handed to me.
Well, part of it's evidence of the council taking bribes from mass technology. And some of it's proof linking you to the destruction of a certain police station. You and BDA. And Herc. I think Herc.
I wasn't there.
You and BDA.
Yeah.
And I think Jack Stan were with you.
Yeah. So, I think the We Are We connection is a strong one to make, but he has no concrete proof. It showed up after that, and in relation to that event. So I think that's a strong correlation, but he has no proof directly for the We Are We thing.
Have we brought up the possibility of playing Loftweir and Ghostwalker against each other?
I think they're already doing that.
Yes. I really want to talk to Ghostwalker right now and kind of figure out if we're good with the joining up of the with him. Because it would make things easier on us if we are cool with what that dragon wants to do and work against the other dragon. So yes, I call up Nightshade.
Hello.
Just wanted to let you know that we are interested in working for your employer. So I don't know if you wanted to meet or discuss how things are going on that front here, since I know you weren't around and I don't know how out of the loop you are.
It would be good.
I don't know. Yeah, sure. It's like, I have no idea what you want to do moving forward. So... yeah, if you like want to meet and we'll discuss, like, okay, here's what we know about the AI, and here's what we know about Loftweir and his personal projects in town.
Yeah, let's meet up. She probably tells you meet at some Night Runner bar. Not Night Shadow Runner bar.
Night Runner. Yeah. Oh, right, those exist. I keep on thinking it's like... Yeah, sure. So, we meet up there at that point, and this is probably, what, the day before our planned heist? Or 2 days before?
Yeah. You sit down in sort of a private booth-ish.
Yeah. Well, I mean, more or less, see if I can see her when I walk in the place. If not, get a drink and hang out somewhere that I can see. You
walk in and get a notification on your comm, like third booth on the left.
Perfect. Yeah, grab a
like
drink.
She saw you and just like here, this is where you need to be.
Are you saying I was conspicuous? Say it ain't so. Yeah, like I have the complication of memorable or something like that. What is it? Distinctive style. And what the? So yeah, I have the negative quality of distinctive style. I figure when I'm not trying to be undercover is when it shows up. Like on a job, I think that I'm smart enough to be like, I shouldn't look like Burnout. But yes, walking into here, I'm not like trying to be undercover or anything. So
you at least a little bit look like Burnout, even when you're just yourself. You got
the whole like flowing jacket and the black and red severeness, whatever. It's like, yeah, I don't do that. Anyway, yeah. So she sees me when I walk in the place, and I head over.
We sit down, and she's like, "What can you tell me?"
All right. So, first off, I don't really remember how much I told her before, so I'll recap a bit as far as what the AI is doing. I think I did tell her that the AI is, in this federal prison outside the city.
Maybe?
I think so. Anyway, to the best of our knowledge, this is where the AI is. It's in this federal prison that's outside the city. Has a lot of smart, scientist-y types that are, I believe, inmates there. And let's see. We were able to get in contact with 2 people that had managed to escape, and they were able to tell us that there's apparently weird, like, people will disappear inside there. People that aren't scientist-y types will be taken off into whatever wing and then not be heard from. So, to the best of our knowledge, there's probably experiments going on, either led by the AI itself or in conjunction with it, and looking into trying to, if I had to guess, trying to control people. Because in a previous spot that we ran into it, it was kind of using meat puppets to do its bidding, which was horrifying.
Yeah.
So that's what we know about the AI. We have some idea of how to get in, but nothing concrete yet. As far as getting in, trying to make contact, capture, shut down, whatever options are available to us.
Alright, well, that's good to know. Good information. We think as technology is going to make some kind of move relatively soon, like next couple of weeks.
Okay.
So we might want to make a move before them. They're gearing up for something, we're not sure what.
Okay. And then Lofweir has co-opted a local anarchist movement pretty much to his own ends, and is going to be trying to blow up the city council while they're in session, which, according to him at least, is mostly on the bankroll of S Technology.
Really? Is that what he's doing? We'll look into that. And I'll get back to you on that one.
We were contacted by that organization to, because I do know somebody that's in there, to help them out with that insofar as getting the explosives in order to do so. So we're sold on getting the explosives. We're not sold on whether they get to him yet.
Right.
So.
Okay. I'll try to get back to you soon then.
Yeah, whatever is beneficial, let us know what works best for playing them off each other, I guess, which is right up there with among the most dangerous games.
Yeah. As for what I can do for you, Ghostwalker can't really work overtly in this territory without pissing off a lot of people. But I can try to get you some backup for this whole prison thing.
It'd be appreciated.
I'll see what I can pull out of the woodwork. She drops enough money to pay for your drink and hers on the table and like slides over the beef.